Have you ever felt like you're fighting against heart failure without seeing a light at the end of the tunnel? The feeling of being trapped by limitations that affect every aspect of your life can be overwhelming. If you're tired of living with constant shortness of breath, extreme fatigue, and a quality of life that seems to never improve, know that you're not alone. But what if I told you there's a solution that could transform all of this? Today, I'm going to reveal a surprising secret that could mark the end of heart failure as you know it. This innovative method is changing lives and could be the key to regaining the freedom and vitality you desire. Stay with me and discover how you can take a step towards a healthier, more energetic life. The transformation you've been waiting for is about to happen now. Systolic heart failure is described as a failure of the left ventricle of the heart, causing ineffective blood pumping and fluid buildup in the lungs. Imagine a vibrant city where every house, every street, relies on a constant supply of water to function. At the heart of this city, there's a team of firefighters, led by a dedicated chief, the left ventricle of the heart. This chief has a massive responsibility to ensure that water, blood, reaches every corner of the city, the body, keeping everything in order. For years, this job is done flawlessly. Whenever an emergency arises, such as a need for more oxygen or nutrients, the chief acts quickly, sending the necessary water flow to ensure everyone stays safe and healthy. But over time, something starts to change. The chief firefighter, once strong and tireless, begins to feel the weight of years of hard work. He can no longer push the water with the same force as before. Instead of a steady, vigorous flow, the water begins to come out at a slower, less efficient rate. The city, which has always relied on this supply, starts to suffer the consequences. The houses at the farthest edges receive less water, and some critical areas begin to dry out. Meanwhile, what was once a well-directed flow now turns into a dangerous buildup. The water that should be circulating starts to accumulate in the central station, the lungs. Imagine the scene, the water overflowing and flooding the area, making it difficult for the residents to breathe. They begin to feel as if they are trying to breathe through a wet cloth, struggling for each breath. This feeling of suffocation is the reality for those facing systolic heart failure. The city, once full of life and energy, now struggles to perform basic tasks. Simple activities, like walking to the market or climbing stairs, become monumental challenges. Every step is heavy, every movement is accompanied by labored breathing and profound fatigue. What was once a peaceful routine now requires immense effort, and the quality of life for the residents begins to deteriorate. But, as in any good story, not all is lost. There is hope for this city and its chief firefighter. Experts begin to search for ways to help the chief regain his strength and efficiency. They explore new technologies and treatments that might revitalize the heart and make it function as it once did. The journey to find these solutions is crucial, and each discovery brings new hope to the city's residents. This is where our story begins to unfold into a new chapter. We'll explore these solutions and understand how we can help transform this weary city into a vibrant and lively place once again. Each treatment, each advancement, is an opportunity to restore well-being and health to the residents. And, of course, to the chief firefighter who has worked so hard to keep everything in order. Before we continue, I noticed you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. We always bring content on how to take care of your heart. Baristem therapy is a new treatment that uses the body's nervous system to reprogram how it handles fluid pressures and blood pumping. After understanding the challenge that systolic heart failure represents, the natural question is, how can we help the heart function properly again? Enter an innovation that promises to change the game: Baristem therapy. Baristem therapy is an advanced treatment that harnesses the body's own nervous system to reprogram how it handles fluid pressure and blood pumping. The focus is on improving communication between the heart and the nervous system, helping to relieve the burden on the heart. The process begins with the implantation of a small device, called an electrode, in a strategic area of the body, the carotid artery, located in the neck. This artery is crucial because it contains natural sensors that monitor blood pressure and send signals to the brain to help regulate this pressure. The Baristem electrode is positioned precisely in this area, where it can interact with these sensors. When the electrode is activated, it sends electrical signals to the brain, simulating a change in blood pressure. These signals trick the brain into thinking the pressure is different from what it actually is. In response, the brain adjusts how the heart pumps blood and how the blood vessels constrict or relax. This results in better regulation of blood pressure and significant relief for the heart, which no longer has to work as hard to pump the blood. This therapy is especially beneficial for patients who do not respond well to traditional medications, which typically aim to increase the heart strength or reduce the amount of fluid in the body. Barostim, on the other hand, offers a more direct approach, acting on the body's natural control of the cardiovascular system. Moreover, the electrode implantation procedure is relatively simple and minimally invasive. The device is placed through a small incision in the neck, and the patient can go home the same day. Recovery is quick, and results can be seen in a short time, with many patients reporting a significant improvement in their quality of life. With Barostim therapy, there is new hope for those who struggle daily with heart failure. It provides a more efficient and less invasive way to treat this debilitating condition, allowing patients to lead a more active life with fewer limitations from the disease's symptoms. I noticed you haven't liked the video yet. Show us that you want to take care of your heart. Traditional treatments, like medications, work for some patients, but others do not respond well, leading to persistent shortness of breath and difficulty with daily activities. Now that we've discussed Barostim therapy, let's understand why it's so necessary. Think of someone you know, perhaps a relative or friend, who is always tired, breathless, and needs a lot of effort to perform simple tasks like climbing stairs or even taking a shower. This person is likely facing heart failure, a condition where the heart cannot pump blood effectively. When someone is diagnosed with heart failure, the standard treatment usually involves medication. These medications are designed to help the heart function better, either by strengthening the heart muscle, reducing the amount of fluid in the body, or lowering blood pressure. For many people, these medications provide significant relief. They can return to their daily activities more easily, and the feeling of shortness of breath decreases. However, the reality isn't so straightforward for everyone. Many patients, even when strictly following the prescribed treatment, do not experience real improvement. For these individuals, medications simply aren't enough. Shortness of breath persists, and activities that once were automatic, like walking to the door or making breakfast, become real challenges. Frustration grows, and a sense of helplessness takes over. Imagine the difficulty of living this way, feeling trapped inside your own body, unable to perform tasks that were once done without a second thought. This situation can lead to a vicious cycle of frequent hospitalizations. With each new hospitalization, the person feels like they are losing a bit more of their independence. The body becomes weaker, and the hope of returning to a normal life diminishes. This is where alternative treatments, like Barostim therapy, come into play, offering a new chance for those who do not respond well to traditional methods. But this is just the beginning, and there is much more to explore about how we can help these individuals reclaim their lives. Tell me in the comments what types of treatments you have tried or want to try to take care of your heart. The Barostim electrode is a small device implanted in the carotid artery that reprograms the body's response to blood pressure, similar to a pacemaker. The Barostim electrode is a small and sophisticated device implanted in the carotid artery, located in the neck. The carotid artery is crucial because it carries blood from the heart to the brain and is a key point for monitoring blood pressure. The function of the Barostim electrode is to help reprogram how the body responds to blood pressure, similar to what a pacemaker does for heart rhythm. Instead of simply adjusting the heart rate, the Barostim electrode works to improve blood pressure regulation and the body's response to blood flow. When the electrode is implanted, it is positioned to interact with the natural sensors in the carotid artery that monitor blood pressure. The device sends electrical signals that simulate a change in blood pressure. This causes the brain to adjust how the heart pumps blood and how the blood vessels constrict or relax. These adjustments help alleviate the pressure on the heart, making blood pumping more efficient. This can result in a reduction of heart failure symptoms, such as shortness of breath and extreme fatigue. The implantation procedure is relatively simple and is done through a small incision in the neck. After installation, the device remains under the skin and begins working immediately, helping to regulate blood pressure and improving patients' quality of life. Thus, the Barostim electrode offers a new approach to treating heart failure, improving how the body manages blood pressure and providing relief for patients who do not respond well to traditional treatments. Patients using Barostim therapy often experience significant improvements, such as regaining the ability to perform basic daily activities. Let's explore the story of Anna, a woman whose life was profoundly affected by heart failure. Anna had always been active and loved spending her time gardening and walking her dog. But when she was diagnosed with heart failure, her world changed drastically. Simple daily tasks became challenging and exhausting. Climbing stairs left Anna breathless, and the joy of tending her garden seemed to slip through her fingers. Then, Anna decided to try Barostim therapy, an innovative approach to treating her condition. After the device implantation procedure, something remarkable began to happen. Initially, she noticed a slight improvement. Climbing stairs was no longer as tiring as before. Anna began to feel more energetic and decided to test her newfound vitality. Over time, the small victories started to accumulate. Over the weeks, Anna regained the ability to perform activities that once seemed impossible. She returned to tending her garden, an activity that had always brought joy to her life. The feeling of being outdoors, planting and watering her flowers, made her feel revitalized. Additionally, Anna resumed walking her dog, something that had been interrupted due to lack of energy and difficulty breathing. What Barostim therapy did was more than just alleviate the symptoms of heart failure. It gave Anna a new perspective on life. She not only managed to return to activities that were important to her, but also experienced an overall improvement in her quality of life. Daily tasks that once required immense effort now became part of her normal routine. Anna can go to the market, prepare meals, and even socialize with friends without feeling the exhaustion that used to dominate her life. For many patients like Anna, Barostim therapy offers a significant transformation. They report relief from breathing difficulties and an increase in energy, allowing them to resume the basic activities that are essential for a satisfying life. The ability to perform these simple, meaningful tasks helps restore independence and confidence, bringing back a sense of normalcy and pleasure to daily life. Thus, Barostim therapy is not just a treatment for heart failure. It is an opportunity to regain vitality and rediscover joy in daily activities. For patients like Anna, it is a chance to live again with freedom and satisfaction. The procedure to implant the Barostim electrode is minimally invasive, taking about 30 minutes, and patients can go home the same day. The procedure to implant the Barostim electrode is a minimally invasive option, meaning it involves fewer risks and less discomfort for the patient. The surgery itself takes about 30 minutes and is performed under local anesthesia, allowing the patient to stay awake but without feeling pain during the procedure. The doctor starts by making a small incision in the neck, specifically in the area of the carotid artery. This artery is important because it carries blood to the brain. Through this incision, the doctor accesses the carotid artery and inserts the Barostim electrode, which is a small device similar to a chip. The electrode is carefully positioned to interact with the natural sensors in the artery, helping to regulate blood pressure. Additionally, since the procedure involves a small incision, recovery is generally quick. Patients can return to their daily activities in a short amount of time, with fewer limitations and a smoother recovery. This minimally invasive approach is an excellent option for those needing treatment for heart failure, providing not only relief from symptoms but also a less stressful surgical experience. Candidates for Barostim therapy are generally patients with congestive heart failure who are not responding well to medications. Let's dive into Roberto's story, a patient who has been grappling with the challenges of congestive heart failure for quite some time. Roberto was once a vibrant and active individual. He enjoyed leisurely walks in the park, playing football with his friends, and embracing life to the fullest. However, his life took a dramatic turn when he began experiencing the symptoms of congestive heart failure. Despite his active lifestyle, Roberto started to struggle with symptoms like persistent shortness of breath and extreme fatigue. Simple activities, which he once took for granted, became increasingly difficult. Climbing a flight of stairs, which he used to do effortlessly, now left him breathless and exhausted. Even walking to the local market turned into a strenuous task. Roberto felt increasingly frustrated and powerless as his quality of life deteriorated. Roberto tried various treatments, adhering closely to his doctor's advice and taking medications aimed at strengthening his heart and managing his blood pressure. Unfortunately, despite his commitment, the results were not satisfactory. The medications provided only limited relief, and he continued to face challenges with daily activities. The feeling of helplessness was growing stronger, and Roberto was beginning to lose hope. During this challenging period, Roberto learned about Barostim therapy, an innovative treatment designed specifically for patients like him, those with congestive heart failure who do not respond well to conventional medications. Barostim therapy offers a new approach by using a small device implanted in the carotid artery to help regulate blood pressure more effectively. Intrigued by this new option, Roberto discussed it with his cardiologist. The Barostim procedure is minimally invasive and typically takes about 30 minutes. It is performed through a small incision in the neck. The device, which is about the size of a small chip, is carefully placed in the carotid artery. This artery is crucial because it carries blood to the brain and contains natural sensors that monitor blood pressure. The Baristem device interacts with these sensors to help the body regulate blood pressure more efficiently. By sending small electrical signals that simulate changes in blood pressure, the device helps the brain adjust how the heart pumps blood and how blood vessels constrict or relax. This can significantly alleviate symptoms like shortness of breath and fatigue. After the Baristem device was implanted, Roberto began to notice remarkable improvements. Although he started cautiously, he soon observed that everyday tasks that had previously been overwhelming were becoming manageable again. Climbing stairs, once a daunting challenge, now felt easier. His walks in the park, which had seemed like a distant dream, were once again part of his routine. Roberto's overall quality of life improved dramatically. He regained the ability to enjoy activities that had brought him joy in the past. He started meeting friends, taking care of his garden, and participating in family events with renewed energy. The freedom and pleasure of living actively were restored, and Roberto felt like he had reclaimed a part of his life that he had feared lost forever. If you're facing similar difficulties and finding that traditional medications are not providing the relief you need, Baristem therapy could be a promising and transformative solution. Speak with your cardiologist to explore whether this innovative treatment could be a suitable option for you and how it might enhance your quality of life. If you found this video helpful and want to learn more about treatments and tips for improving heart health, please subscribe to our channel and like the video. Your support is vital for us to continue providing valuable and up-to-date information. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.